Scientists of archaeology agree that around 10,000 years ago, humans that had until then relied mainly on hunting to survive began to cultivate the earth, and so began also the slow transformation from a primitive hunter to a sophisticated city dweller. But as the world population continues to grow, the land available for farming remains limited. Today, rural populations around the world are moving to the cities, and this trend is expected to continue with estimates that by the year 2030, 60% of the world population will be living in cities. The seas and oceans of planet Earth account for 70% of its surface, and of the remaining 30%, only 38% is committed agricultural land. Most modern agriculture not only demands the use of chemicals, pesticides, and artificial fertilizers, but it also requires vast resources of fuel and infrastructure in order to transport the crops from rural areas to the cities. Now, with fuel prices on the rise and ecosystems on the brink of collapse, agricultural scientists and environmentalists have been seeking alternative methods of farming, and one of the most radical ideas is starting to look very promising: vertical farming. Instead of growing crops on rural land far away from the cities, vertical farms can be accommodated within the cities inside tall buildings or even skyscrapers. Crops are stacked vertically on top of each other on revolving shelves that ensure that the plants receive equal amounts of sunlight, and on cloudy days, if there is not enough sunlight, artificial light can be used to provide the needed light required for photosynthesis. And since working with soil is impractical in an indoor environment, soil-less techniques such as hydroponics are employed, in which nutrient-enriched water is passed over the roots of the plants inside tubes. Protected from extreme weather, urban food production centers of this kind can grow crops all year round in a controlled environment where there would be very small risks of crop failure. Energy studies estimate that extracting methane from the composted organic waste of such a facility, in conjunction with photovoltaic solar panels on the outside of the building or wind turbines on the roofs, could provide the power needed to keep these systems self-sufficient. In addition to the relatively low water consumption of such projects, the need to transport produce long distances from the countryside would be eliminated, saving money on fuel and infrastructure, which would in turn have a positive effect on the environment. And that's clever agriculture shining bright in the stars of science galaxy.